What would I do with $1,000 if I was just starting out in crypto? Today, we are going to be building a $1,000 portfolio together. It's time to discover crypto. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Discovered channel. Today, I'm going to be showing you some really cool tricks and how to find underlying or undervalued cryptos in the crypto market. So the first thing we want to do is, of course, head over to CoinGecko and create that $1,000 portfolio. This is where we're going to be adding our new coins and analyzing the projects as they come through. Now, $1,000 really isn't a lot of money. So I traditionally follow something called the 50-25 VC rule, which we do have an in-depth video coming out on later this week, if not within the next 2 weeks. But ultimately, $1,000 really isn't something that we're going to want to just diversify and divvy it up between 10 or 20 different projects. It's not a lot of capital. And honestly, I'm going to imagine that if you're starting off with $1,000, this is money that you can afford to lose. You should not be utilizing, your rent money or your cell phone payments or your student loans. This $1,000 is money that I'm willing to take a higher risk on to get a higher reward. And that is the first disclaimer, guys. If you're not here watching this video because it's money you can afford to lose, this video is not for you, all right? So here's the trick. Okay, we're going to go over to CoinGecko, and this is perhaps one of the easiest tricks in the industry in finding an undervalued cryptocurrency. So we're really going to want to pay attention to the market cap here on the right side of the panel strip. Now, you'll notice I do not want to touch anything within the top 10, in fact, probably even the top 30 cryptocurrencies. These are all cryptos that have large market caps and really are going to be hard to double that value in your investment. There's not going to be a lot of reward, and they're going to be lower risk. So, for example here, when you look at Bitcoin's price, right? If I were to allocate, let's say, $500 or even the full $1,000 into Bitcoin, it would need to see another $1 trillion roughly flood into that market cap just to get it to double in price. So right now it's sitting at 42,000. The all-time highs of last cycle are roughly, about $70,000. If we were to see that price point again, we would need to see that amount of money come back into this market, another $883 billion. So, the upside rewarded here, even if we were to see a $100,000 and $150,000 Bitcoin in this bull run, you really are only seeing the chance at a 1.5 to maybe a 3x on that investment. So we do not want to be in the top market cap altcoins. It's going to be a lot harder to see that reward. So what we're going to want to go ahead and do is you're going to see 1 hour, 24 hours, 7 days, and the 24-hour volume spread here. We're going to just want to simply click on that, and it's now going to filter the cryptos in order for the cryptos that have the most amount of volume in them. Now, all this is important is because as you guys look through cryptocurrencies, sometimes you'll see a cryptocurrency you really, really, really like, and it might have a $100 million market cap. But the problem is there's like no volume. There's no activity. There's no network volume. So volume is going to show which projects are showing signs of a lot of growth, of a lot of engagement. And this is where we're going to see, okay, which layer 2s or layer 1s or altcoins are outperforming some of the top 10 cryptocurrencies. So you'll notice like the first 10 here, look at this, stable coins you want to ignore. Of course, stable coins USDT and USDC are going to be the top of the market. So is First Digital. Also be very, very careful with First Digital here. Watch them very closely. This is Binance, guys. That's Binance's new stable coin. They turned off BUSD and just printed a new one to get around those sanctions or whatever the US is trying to, push on them with their investigations. But then you'll notice, okay, Solana, XRP, Chainlink, and then, wow, look at that, guys. Arbitrum and SUI, S-U-I here, number 37 in market cap, number 54 in market cap, are both outperforming a lot of your top 10 cryptocurrencies. Arbitrum was 600 million. In fact, it was at like 2 billion, I think, yesterday, and it was outpacing even Solana and XRP. But a crypto with the market cap of number 37 and 54, when it's competing with a 6, a 5, a 4, a 2, that's when you need to open your eyes and go, wow, there is something to this ecosystem, and it very much could be undervalued. You'll see Celestia down here, 33, comparable to Avalanche, right, at number 10. Now, of course, you don't only want to go off this metric, but where are you going to use Arbitrum as an example right here? So Arbitrum right now, guys, sitting at a, again, $2.6 billion market cap. outpacing a lot of those top 10s, has 1.275 cryptos in circulation for total amount of tokens. And when we go to DeFi Llama, this should be your best friend, and you type in Arbitrum, you'll notice that there is more locked value on this network than its market cap in general. There's a lot of money locked up in this ecosystem. TVL is very important. The higher the TVL, generally the higher engagement, the higher activity, the higher growth within that. So it's safe to say here that Arbitrum is quite undervalued in terms of the price action compared to the volume here. Now, I do want to point out, quick disclaimer, guys, that when you go to like investingschedule.com, Arbitrum has a massive sell-off and cliff coming in March where it's going to add about 100% more tokens into circulation. So personally, I would probably look to add Arbitrum around that March timeframe if there's a massive drop. But right now, for the sake of this video, this is a winner. This is something I think could outperform and is very much undervalued and will probably be a top 25, if not top 20 token in the bull run as everything moves up. It has a high chance at seeing a 5 to 10x return. So number one, guys, in this portfolio, we are going to add Arbitrum. Again, Arbitrum, ARB here. That is added in. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is add a transaction because, of course, we want to show that we are buying $500 worth ultimately. So price per coin here, we got to go about half that. So 250. So about half the portfolio here, guys, is going to be in Arbitrum. Now, the next thing I want to do here, and you might like SUI, which is sweet. You might like Celestia. You might like Optimism. You might like, another project on this ecosystem, but I'm doing Arbitrum for the sake of this video. Now, the next two tokens, okay, we have $1,000 in portfolio. We now want to increase that risk. Right now, we're at about medium risk, and that's to see hopefully a 4, 5, 6, 7x in this bull run, which, with $500, that's a decent amount of money there. We want to increase that risk to reward. We're now going to be choosing two different cryptocurrencies. So out of that $1,000, guys, again, in the $1,000 portfolio, I'm going to have three cryptocurrencies. You're definitely going to want to stick around and smash that like button so you see the third crypto that we pick up here. But in the crypto portfolio here, guys, we're now going to scroll down. We're not going to care about the top 100 tokens anymore. Okay, yeah, we're going to skip the top 100. We're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom of this page, and we're now going to click on page 2. On page 2, we are going to do the same exact thing. You'll notice that number 101 is Rocket Pool with only 9 million in volume with a $700 million market cap. Look what happens when you click the 24 hours. Boom. BUSD ignore, stablecoin. XAI right here, $14, 500 million in volume in the last 24 hours, half the market cap of Rocket Pool there. So XAI looks like it might be a bit of a breadwinner here. Let's go ahead and check on the max here. Looks like it's a pretty brand new token. Circulating supply is about 33% in terms of circulation. This looks like a decent play here. Now, of course, guys, you don't want to just smash these and put them into the portfolio, but ultimately, this does look like something that's going to allow us to have exposure now to that AI market. In fact, it looks like Web3 gaming, blockchain gaming developed for mass adoption. Arbitrum, I feel like didn't need an introduction. It's a layer 2. This is going to give us that exposure to that Web3 gaming. Now, it has a lot of partnerships, works with Animoca Brands, one of the largest gaming providers in the crypto industry. I've never even seen this project here until today. So this is that token. This is where I would go, okay, this looks like it's something I would add to that portfolio. Of course, this is just what I would do with $1,000. And I would go ahead and allocate now $250 to XAI here. So we're going to type in XAI. It's actually the trending search. That's crazy. It's popping off right now. So XAI, and we're going to go ahead and add to that, again, 250. So that's going to be about 230 probably. So 230, yeah, about $250. That's good to go there. So that's now 33% of our portfolio. Now, the last one, okay, what do you think we're going to do here? You are more than welcome to look at the top, again, top 10 projects here. I actually made a video on my TikTok channel where I ended up choosing Magic for that exposure to the NFT market. So we're probably going to go ahead and choose the same one. It is still trending. Look at that. $100 million in volume in the last 24 hours. It's been trending the last few days. It's been holding that volume. And a $300 million market cap. So Magic is an NFT project. It's been around for some time. It did have a lot more tokens in circulation, or a lot less in terms of circulation last bull run. Nothing crazy. But I do believe NFTs in that gaming sector are going to come back. This comes from the Treasure ecosystem, one of the largest gaming decentralized video game consoles out there that exists. So this is kind of going to also fall into the category of the XAI gaming. I love gaming. If I'm betting on this industry, I do not want to touch Gala Games whatsoever. I think Gala Games is one of the worst tokenomics. It's also never going to hit all-time highs based off the fact that it's already a $5 billion market cap or whatever, and now needs to hit like $30 billion to regain its all-time highs last bull run. This is a project I really, really do enjoy. It's also a part of Arbitrum's ecosystem, so it's going to kind of follow the narrative of we're now exposed to AI, we're exposed to gaming, we're exposed to layer 2s, and this does look like a pretty portfolio to me. So I'm going to go ahead and add Magic here, and this would be my last $250. So another about $230. It's literally the same price of XAI almost in terms of the comparison in values. So look at that. Our XAI is already pumped in the last 24 minutes. So this is exactly what I would do with $1,000. All right, we've gained $66 in literally the last 5 minutes of making this video. But you need to take that risk, okay? $1,000 isn't that a lot of money. You have to be okay with probably losing that position. You need to take those higher risks. Now, I would not go degen out and just go hop in on a bunch of like random $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $10 million market cap altcoins. I would slowly gain some profit from this mid cap range where we could see those 10Xs, those 20Xs potentially. But ultimately take some of those profits and start allocating them now to these smaller $1, $2, $5, $10 million market caps and start building that 50-25 VC strategy rule. I will follow that standard. I will still continue to follow that strategy. This is the best way, though. I believe if you have $1,000 and you're someone that's just looking for exposure, it's money you can afford to lose. You want to take a little bit more of risk. I would be choosing about 3 cryptos like I showed you. 1 undervalued top 100, and then 2 undervalued, of course, top 200, top 300 projects, up to you and your risk levels. Other than that, guys, though, let me know your thoughts on this down below. And of course, I might open up some trading here on some Blofin. If I did have some of those profits, you can also do that as well. You can see we have a 50% actually live right now P&L position that I've actually been opening up some trades here. So, of course, there is that route where if you guys already haven't signed up, the link is in the description below. But if you take those profits from those top 3 tokens with that 1,000, of course, you're going to want to smash that subscribe button and follow along. But I would take some of those profits and probably start allocating those to maybe some trades to see if we can, prop up some of those price points and make a little bit more on that $1,000 portfolio. But let me know what you guys want me to check out next. Let me know what you would do with $1,000 in the comments below, because this is a bull run, guys. We are early. We are before the Bitcoin halving. And of course, see you guys at the top.